one right in front of us.
Weed bed?
Yeah, right here. I didn't know that one was there.
A little one, that's not the big one, is it? There's one.
Giant!
He's off, he's off!
Did you stick him?
No, he's off.
That was a monster pike.
You think he'll come back for a second taste?
I think, oh yeah, if we rested a bit, he'll come back. That may have been the biggest pike I've ever seen alive. We just crossed over one of these isolated weed beds here on this bay, and Kyle raised, in all honesty, probably the biggest pike I've ever seen alive. It was well over 40, 45 inches. It was absolutely huge, and the whole thing came out of the water. I've been fishing with a full sinking line, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna switch things up to a floating line and upsize my fly. So a good reel system really depends on what you have in your bag. So I can pop off my sinking spool really fast, put on my floating spool really fast. I already have the leader set up. I did that last night. Restring, tie my fly on, and I'm good to compete. The other thing that this allows is that weed bed to rest for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then you can go back on it, and that fish may feel fresh again. That's the one, green and black. All right, man, I'm good to go. Let's go back up on that. Did you see the size of that fish?
Yep, we gotta go on the reel. He's coming right at me.
You still got him, Kyle?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can hook up this big one that loves me.
See if we can get a double.
All right. Is he taking line?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how big it is, but it definitely hit with authority.
Remember, you've got 30-pound leader and 40-pound bite wire on there.
That's a good one. I'm gonna back up. Just start dragging him right in. Yeah. Is he in?
He's in. He just engulfed it. I'm gonna need the spreaders there. Thank you. All right, it pops right out. Look at that.
It's definitely high 30s if he's not 40. That's what we do.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, he's good to go. So tell me about your retrieve on that. How are you bringing that perch pattern back?
I was mixing it up a little bit. I made a long cast beside some weeds and just let it sit. Let it settle for a couple seconds, and I give it 2 strips, let it rest, and then a good long jerk, and then stripped it in fast the rest of the way. And it hit it on the paws.
Oh, nice. So what we've seen is these fish are not liking these flies really subsurface. I was fishing with a sinking line, and I wasn't getting anything. And all of a sudden, we saw that big one come up and just skyrocket out of the water for these flies, and they're just that far under the surface. So I switched to a floating line. You've been fishing a floating line all day, and it seems to be the ticket.